Hello my friends, this is Alexander Marquez with another powerful video that's going to help you reach your goals and achieve your dreams. And today I want to start off with a quote. The quote says, "True love is not found, it is built." And in fact, if you look at the world around us, we live in a divided world. We live in a world where there's a lot of conflict, a world where at any moment, war can break out between countries. Crime is going up. Protests in the streets. So the division in our world is very extreme. And the Bible says that those who do not love do not know God, because God is love. So the answer is always love. As corny as it may sound, it truly is the answer. Love and peace. And we would be much more better as a world, as a society. And the concept I want to cover today is, I want to start by talking to you about the power of self-discipline. You see, if you truly want to reach your goals, if you want to get to the next level of success, you need to develop self-discipline. In other words, you need to become a master of yourself. It was not until I finally realized that self-discipline is what I was missing that things really started to change. All of a sudden, everything became more clear. When you have self-discipline, you develop clarity. You know exactly where you want to go. You know exactly what you have to do in order to get to where you want to go. But the question is, how do you develop a stronger self-discipline that will take you to the top? The way you do it is you do it by making healthy choices in your life, because this empowers you. This gives you confidence. See, when you know that you're doing the right things, your self-esteem grows, your self-discipline becomes stronger. However, when you know you're being lazy, when you know you're not taking the actions you know you're supposed to be taking, your self-discipline becomes weaker, you become less confident, and your self-esteem goes down. So you have to master yourself, and you have to start making better choices that will strengthen your self-discipline. And if you want to get stronger, you have to make your brain stronger. It's the same as your body. If you lift weights, if you exercise regularly, your body will become stronger. In order to develop a stronger brain, you need to get access to the principles that are necessary to strengthen your brain. You need to gain the necessary knowledge. And you need to develop the kind of self-discipline where you set out to reach a goal, and you simply refuse to stop until you reach that goal. So you need to fill your mind with the right principles. The more you learn, the more knowledge you acquire, the stronger your brain will get. And for example, when it comes to, let's say, substance abuse, when people are addicted to drugs, to alcohol, people always like to throw away around the word willpower. They like to say that the person has no willpower, therefore they cannot stop. But I'm here to tell you that this is actually a lie. Because the key to actually getting stronger is you have to avoid putting yourself in a situation that's going to make you fall into temptation. You need to avoid temptations at all costs. Don't place yourself in a situation that's going to make you weak. For example, a husband might love his wife. He might mean it. But let's say he starts going to the bar with his single friends. I mean, eventually, no matter how strong you think you are, if you expose yourself to temptation repeatedly, I'm telling you, you will become weak. You will fall eventually. your defenses will be broken. So instead of thinking about willpower, just simply don't put yourself in the situations. Avoid putting yourself in a. If you go to the market, don't walk by the cookie aisle and the chips aisle. If your goal is to lose weight, just avoid those areas completely. It's like you want to lose weight, but you keep buying potato chips and they're lying around your house, and you want to use willpower. Well, every day you keep seeing them. What I'm telling you is you're going to become weaker and weaker and weaker until you're going to give in. So if you want to become stronger, just don't place yourself around dangerous situations. Next up is, who cares if you don't feel like it? I'm not trying to insult you. What I'm saying is that no one cares if you don't feel like doing what you need to do. You need to force yourself to do the things you know you have to do, whether you feel like it or not. It's just that is how you develop self-discipline. You have to do what you know you have to do. It might feel uncomfortable, but you have to get it done if you want to achieve explosive growth. Sure, you can spend hours watching television, but that's not going to take you anywhere. See, people that have self-discipline know that they have to put the remote control down eventually. They need to start reading a book. They need to start listening to something educational. They need to improve themselves. And they're not going to improve themselves by watching Netflix 8-10 hours a day. Sure, life is about balance, so you have to be balanced. You have to set some time apart to grow your mind, to improve yourself. The next point is the power of consistency. If you want to become a master at anything in your life, you have to develop consistency. You have to repeatedly do the right things so that they become second nature. And you will become so good that you will truly become an unstoppable force. You see, because what happens when you're consistent at things, you develop what's called momentum. It's like a snowball. It might start small, but if it keeps rolling, it will grow. And once it builds momentum, it's just unstoppable. It is the same way with you. Once you develop momentum, you will truly. It's kind of like a train. You know, it starts kind of slow, but once it starts developing momentum, when it starts speeding up, it's hard for it to stop. You can operate like a train. You can start slow, but eventually you become unstoppable if you manage to be consistent. And finally, I just want to tell you that not to let life pass you by. Listen, this life is fading moment by moment. We're dying since the day we're born. Before you know it, it'll be 10, 20 years that pass by in your life. So I'm telling you here that don't waste time. You have a destiny to fulfill. You have to fulfill it. You don't want to be an old person that's full of regrets. So the moment to act is now, because now is all you have. It doesn't matter if you made many mistakes in the past. You see, yesterday doesn't exist. The only thing that exists is the eternal present moment. So the time to act is now. The time to change your life is now. Forget about the past. I used to go to these meetings where they taught me that we human beings, our past becomes our future, and it blocks our progress. You need to leave the past behind you, in the past. Because if you put it in the future, if it's constantly in your mind, it's like an obstacle that's right there in front of you that prevents you from making progress. Forget about the past. The present is all you have. And if you focus continuously on the eternal now, you will build a beautiful future. Your near future will be great, and your distant future will also be great. But you need to get started now. Develop self-discipline, grow your mind, and you will achieve maximum success. This is Alexander Marquez. I want to invite you to visit my website at maximumadvancement.com, and I'll see you on my next video. Take care.